Welcome back, Patriots, and welcome. Whoops, damn. Get back there where I'm at here. Welcome back to a brand new week here on the Conservative Viewpoint. The weekend wrap ups here, and I hope you all had a productive, star spangled weekend. But if you've been watching the news, you know the radical left isn't taking any days off in their mission to dismantle the sovereignty of this great nation. Now let's dive into this because the dust has settled on another weekend and the picture couldn't be clearer. While you were spending time with your family, the power hungry elites in Washington were busy playing games with our safety. We are currently witnessing a historic betrayal. As we sit here today, Monday, March 23rd, the Department of Homeland Security remains partially shut down. Why, you may ask? Because the Senate Democrats would rather defund the very agencies that keep us safe, that allow our brave agents to do their jobs. They're holding our national security hostage, demanding reforms that would essentially tie the hands of ICE and CBP, all while borders remain open. They claim it's about conduct. But we know the truth. They want chaos. They want the vote. And they are willing to let the gears of our country grind to a halt to get them. Over illegal criminals in this country who they want for voters. But while the left tries to hollow out our defenses, the leadership is stepping up. Starting today, you're going to see something the mainstream media is already losing its mind over. ICE agents in the airports, because Democrats have forced TSA staffing crisis by blocking DHS funding. The administration is moving our elite officers to the front lines of travel. They are stepping in to assist TSA agents, securing our terminals and ensuring that American citizens, I'll repeat that, can travel safe without being penalized by Washington's dysfunction. It's called being a force multiplier, and it is exactly what kind of decisive action this country needs. I don't think for a second that our enemies abroad, don't you think for a second they're not watching this internal sabotage. Over the weekend, the conflict with Iran reached a fever pitch. We saw ballistic missiles flying towards Israel and even targeting US, UK bases as far as Diego Garcia, which we'll get to that in a little bit too. Iran is testing out our resolve, closing the Strait of Hormuz and threatening the global economy. The world is on the brink, and yet they blame America First crowd in D.C. that is more worried about protecting illegal criminals than they are about the $37 trillion in debt that they made or the missiles aimed at our allies and us. We got a massive show for you guys tonight. We're breaking down the latest from the Middle East, the standoff at the Capitol Hill, and the reality of ICE taking over airport security to clean up the mess the Democrats have made. So pull up a chair, turn it up loud, and get ready. You're listening to the only place where the truth isn't filtered through a liberal lens. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. This is the Conservative Viewpoint, and the show begins now. Hi, everyone, and welcome to Monday. I hope you guys had a great weekend. I tell you what, it's been busy as hell. I started my remodel here in the studio, but you can't see it because I put the background back up. Oh, yes. No, you're not going to get a first-hand view. No, you're not until I'm done and everything's all finished. Because the last part is going to take me a couple of days, so I'm going to have to close down and shut down because I got to rip all this apart, my whole desk and everything, my monitors. I got to rip the whole damn thing apart. So I will be probably taking a 4-day weekend one day here after I get the rest of my stuff and try to figure out how I'm going to do this. You guys will find out afterwards. We might have to play a few days to see how it's going to work because I don't know how it's going to work yet. So we're going to see what happens. But hey, guys, welcome to the show. I'm glad to see you. Anyone new to the show, welcome. We love having new faces, new names, and everything on chat. So come on in. Give us a hi. Give us a kiss my ass. I don't care. Put it in there as long as I see your name. Don't forget, we got drawings coming up. Got another shirt going out this week. Oh, maybe this week. See, I'm almost telling it. Maybe this week. So if you want your name in for the drawing, get it in here. Right here. Let's see where it's at. Right there it is. Get your name in. If you haven't put your name in, if you have not won yet from me in the past, get your name into me so you can take a chance of winning, because the drawings don't stop with the shirts. I got 3 more shirts left already in the envelopes. I haven't got everything in. I put them in them. But you want in on the drawings, get your name to me. Send it in, or you can't win. The only stipulation is you have to be watching when I draw your name. If you're not watching and I draw your name, you go back in the hat for another drawing. Now I got to figure out where I'm going to put my hat, because I moved some stuff around so I can start remodeling, and my hat's way over there. So I got to figure that out. We'll see what happens, guys. Welcome. Let's give some shout outs. We got Rumble over here. We got Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, X, Getter, Webkin, Kick. Everybody's kicking it tonight. So let's get over here and start off with the Getter gang. And Sean, Radical Right Sean Justice, was starting us off tonight. Before I even got started, he was in there. Wendover, what's going on, man? Conrad, what's happening, guys? Turns out the decade of fake and gay elections was really a bad idea. Yeah, ain't no kidding there. Guys, welcome. Let's keep going down through here and see. Yeah, keeping it Texas red. What's keep it red? What's happening? Guys, welcome to the show. Mr. Joe Public, right there he is. Welcome, Joe. And let's put her up to the Getter. Oh, no, we got the Whipkin Warriors down here. And who's starting us off tonight? But Gregory Allen Cards Jr., our truck driver extraordinaire. Right there he is. Guys, put on a great show. On Whipkin, Gregory Allen Cards Jr. On Rumble, it's Greg Cards Jr. Guys, get in there. Check out his podcast. Great show, man. All right, Madeline. Hi, Madeline. And my Pat. There's Pat. Pat is here. Pat. Hi, Pat. Mark, too. Mark from the UK. And Rock Justice. There's Rock. What's happening, Rock? And the Fix is in. Mr. Fixer himself. Right there he is. Guys, welcome to the show. Kicking it down here. Let's see what's going on. William B. What's going on, William B? God, there's Colin from Scotland. There's the man himself right there. John M. What's happening, John? Guys, what's going on, man? Got a lot going on tonight. We always do, don't we? We have, you give credit where credit is due. Jason is making good things happen on Wimpkin. He fixed the DM situation recently. So, nah, I'm not giving no credit. There's no update been done. Yeah, he said he's making an effort. He's been making an effort for how many years now? I love my page, brother Charlie. All righty, guys. Too much going on here tonight, guys. So we're going to get busy because a lot going off. And the first thing we're going to do, some breaking news that Mark Wayne Mullen has been confirmed as the new DHS chief as lawmakers near a solution on shutdown standoff. So, guys, that is one happening right now, guys. And we're going to see what's happening right there. So let's see what Mark Wayne Mullen has to do when this gets all said and done and gets opened back up again. Yes, sir, Ray Bob, guys. And we are going to start off tonight with the local elections and the local race that I'm following, because a lot of stuff's going on with that. A lot of corrupt stuff, a lot of lies and stuff that's going on. And you guys are going to want to hear this. We're showing the corruption as it comes out. You can't get any more corrupt than this. And we're going to start off. Remember, guys, we were talking about Cameron Bartolotta and Al Butkin running for the 46th Senate seat in Pennsylvania. Now, I've showed you all these. Sit there and show you all these fake news, fake mail-in ballots that they're putting out, that this Cameron Bartolotta DeWeese is putting out here. And I've showed you time and time again. Now, get this one. Senator Cameron Bartolotta is demanding an apology after being caught in a lying scandal involving political mailers about the Carmichael School Board raising taxes. Remember we talked about this? Oh, yeah. This is what she wants to sit there and keep putting all this bullshit out. She was caught by the Observer Reporters, which is a local newspaper, engaging in a dirty political scheme, pushing false claims through a series of Republican parties of Pennsylvania, funded mailers, accusing Al Buckin of raising taxes as a school board member. Now she is doing whatever terrible politician does when they are caught lying, trying to spin, pivot, and double down. Who's that sound like? A Democrat, right? Right? Yeah, exactly right. But before Senator Bartolotta starts demanding apologies, maybe she should issue a few of her own to people she's supposed to serve for what's happened in her district over the past decade. Guys, listen up. Start with the brown water problem affecting communities across her district and the millions of dollars that have seemingly disappeared despite being allocated to address a decade of neglect. Money just goes poof, gone, right? Then explain the illegal labor trafficking that occurred in Charleroi, Pennsylvania, and why she dismissed and misrepresented those concerns when they were publicly raised by President Trump. And finally, to Republican primary voters this May, why has she constantly chosen to campaign with Democrat candidates over Republicans in nearly every state representative race over the past 10 years? Remember, I told you this, guys, and they want to sit there and they want to put in a false identity in Facebook and sit there and try to play games and try to say, oh, no, she doesn't do that. She most definitely does and has. Now, they're talking to Bartolotta. You falsely accuse somebody of me trying to being state to state and all this stuff. But this is what they're talking about right here. And I've told you about it before. And she sits there and wants to defame him, saying that he voted to increase taxes by 100% the following year, and he voted to create a new tax, which are all lies. I showed you the videos. I showed you everything. And then she wants to cry and whine about this. Her fucking picture's on the fucking mailers. Both sides. Look, you can't go without it. But look, both sides. Oh, yeah. And we're just going to, but she's going to cry and whine about she's spreading lies like a good Democrat does. Oh, yeah. And because she changed over to Republican, I'll tell you again, now she's a rhino. So anybody can change their party from whatever it is. But here, not long ago, this lady gets on here. Now she's calling this lady a liar because this lady gets on here and says she was just in an NRA function. And I wish I had known I had it. I would have went to that. I'm a lifetime member of NRA and loving every bit of it. She went to an NRA function at Pepsi Cola Roadhouse, and Mr. Butkin was there. And I seen him say hi to camera. And well, let's just say she went off cussing him in public. I couldn't believe her tone and demeanor. It was eye-opening for me and several other witnesses. He said, hi, camera, how are you? She said, I'm fucking fantastic. And you shouldn't put your shit out without asking. He doesn't have to ask you shit, bitch. So, in a means way, a tone you could say it was she didn't care if people were there or not. Mr. Bumpkin said, you don't have to be so nasty, geez, and walked away. I was shocked. She is a bad person. I'm sure others will tell the exact same story as me. That's our senator. I hope not for long. Thank you for that, Laura. And this is the kind of shit that you put up with, right? And we're going to cover local every time you turn around. And there's other ones on here, and this one I'm not sure if it's a real person or not, but they say, lying rhino call me, rat trader should be executed for treason. She never did one thing for senior citizens. I don't know who that person is, but I was told it could possibly be a fake account on there. I've seen fake accounts before, and her husband's one of them, and Bartolotta's husband. Now this came to light today. This is from a law firm directed at Greg Rotham. He is the chairman of the Republican Party of Pennsylvania in Harrisburg. It's the same ones that put those mailers out, right? I told you about that. This comes from an attorney for Butkin, PA. And he says, I represent Butkin for PA. This letter constitutes a formal demand for the Republican Party of Pennsylvania immediately cease and desist all publications, distributions, and dissemination of false and defamatory statements concerning Mr. Butkin. Your organization has published and distributed multiple political mailers to voters in the 46th district, state Senate district, in connection with the Republican primaries election schedule for May 19, 2026. In these mailers, your organization falsely claims that Al Butkin raised taxes during the service as a member of the Carmichael School District Board of Directors. These statements are categorically and demonstrably false. Specifically, one mailer claims that Butkin voted to start a new tax. I showed you that one just now. As a school board member in 2024 and then raised the tax 100% the next year. The reverse side of the mailer depicts a red arrow labeled taxes, blowing the roof off a home, falsely implying that property taxes increased in the district. A separate GOP mailer also claims Butkin and the school board raises our taxes twice in 2 years. Guys, this goes on for 3 pages. And of course, when people get this in the mail, these mailers in the mail, they're freaking out. Saying, what? They're raising our taxes? What the hell? We were told there was no tax. They're freaking out. So this is causing problems because of people like them lying about it. And she can't claim that it wasn't her because her freaking pictures on the mailers. So when I tell you guys that lies come back to you, this is it right here. So we're going to see what's going to happen. Hopefully I can go to a hearing on Friday out in Pittsburgh, in the city of Pittsburgh. And I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to live stream it or not because of the fact in some federal courts you're not allowed to use cameras or anything in the courtroom. So we'll have to figure it out. Tammy, Texas Tammy just rolled it. Gabby Girl's here too. Welcome, Gabby Girl, and my Tammy from Texas, Tammy. Cecil, what's going on over there, Cecil? But guys, this is the stuff that's going on, guys, and this is why I'm bringing it to you. We'll do the local news right off the bat on each show when I have something for it. So we're going to see what happens on Friday. I may or may not be here Friday night. I don't know yet until we get to see if I can make it to that hearing or not. It's going to be something. So we'll see what happens. But guys, there it is. We'll just see what happens. Like 3 pages worth of these people lying and defaming Al Butkin when they don't even know the man. They don't know him. But that piece of shit Rothman, here's the one that tried to blew off a no confidence ruling vote against her in Washington County. I told you guys about that a while ago. On his own, he decided it was not legitimate. And in fact, is legitimate. When they voted on it, it's a fact that he just can't do that on his own, the worthless son of a bitch. And hopefully I could get there and talk to them and find out why the hell they're doing this shit. And, it's for political favors. That's what it is. She's a rhino. There's no matter what it looks like. She's a rhino as hell. She don't marry a staunch Democrat like Bill DeWeese. It doesn't work. I told you guys that. So let's get busy, guys. We got a lot to go over here tonight. All right, here we go. What do we got first here? Oh, the Carmichael. One more thing about this. The Carmichael school officials are pushing back against the false attack against these mailers that they sent out. Oh, yeah. The actual school that they're lying about. That's a good thing, too. All right. We haven't talked about the Nancy Guthrie case for a while here, guys. Nancy Guthrie's family urges renewed attention and won't cease until she's brought to a final place of rest. Well, a former detective is saying that the Nancy Guthrie case should now be treated as a possible homicide. Kidnappings do not go this long without being called and ransoms and all that good stuff. All the good stuff you see on TV doesn't happen. This poor old lady was 80 some years old? And unfortunately, she's probably not alive. We said that a little while ago. So hopefully they bring in cadaver dogs and look around the property and stuff. That's where you should start at and work their way out from the house and see what's going on. There's just too many things that don't fit the scenario for that, guys. So we had to get this in here. I really feel bad for the family. There's no justice and there's no rest for this. So All right. All right, never mind. All right, I was reading something in Wimpkin here. Now we got Schumer, shitty Schumer here, like shitty ship. But Schumer's gambit fails as DHS shutdown hits 36 days and airport lines grow. This is the reason why everything's going on the way it is, because of these dumbass Democrats. And these liberals can't get it through their head that it is actually the Democrats' fault. Somebody put out today, who was it? I can't remember who the hell it was. I think that was Geek Nose Goldberg or something. Put out there and said all these Republicans voted against the DHS funding and stuff. No, that's not a fact at all. That's not a fact at all. They voted against what the Democrats want. They want to protect illegal criminals in our country so they can use them as voters. That's not going to happen. Illegal criminals are the hell out of our country. As simple as that. They are not to belong here. They are here illegally. That makes them a criminal, and they must go. It's as simple as that. That's why TSA employees are quitting left and right because of this, because they can't afford it. Who can afford it? But also, you got Elon Musk sits there, offers to pay the salaries of TSA employees during the ongoing DHS shutdown. That is freaking awesome right there. That is awesome, awesome, awesome. Sean Lively, what's happening, Sean? Welcome, man. And the lovely Mary Ann. I just saw Mary Ann popped in there. There she is. All right, let's go. Let's keep going. We got a lot. Like I said, got a lot. All right, but I could go on and on about that, and we will go on about more about that local elections another day. Democrats block GOP amendment trying for voter ID bill because they're tying in transgender sports ban along with this bill. Of course, Democrats want their nutcases, and we've got a lot of nutcases in here. And I think I have it here. If I don't have it here, it's on tomorrow's show. You guys aren't going to want to miss it. Got a hell of a show about nutcases, too. Helen, welcome, Helen. Got a lot going on, Helen. Helen's over in Facebook again, guys. There she is. But yes, they are pissed because their mental freaks they want their mental freaks to tear up women's sports again. They have no desire to help women. This is another reason how women, actual real women, could vote for a Democrat. How can a black person vote for a Democrat? And I got a video on that, but I don't think we're going to give it to see it today. But I got something that you're going to want to see. Tomorrow we will definitely get into the videos, because how can black people vote for somebody that's calling you stupid all the time? And how you can't get to a DMV because you're black or you're brown or whatever it is. Because they're racist as pigs. They started the KKK, and they're sitting there to continue their racism. They're trying to push more racism, and people are actually buying into this shit. This is what don't make any sense. How can you buy into this stuff when they're calling you stupid? They're calling women stupid. You can't get an ID because you're either a woman, you're black, you're brown, you're Chinese, whatever. You can't get it because you're too damn dumb to figure out where a DMV's at. How can you vote for these idiots? It continues on and on about these people. State Department renews worldwide caution alert, guys. Warns that Iran groups may target Americans. We told you about this, guys. It's a Muslim warfare. And if you watch any kind of social media, you'll see what they're doing in New York and Michigan, and the ones that are putting out their freaking stupid ass prayer calls all day long, starting at 5:30 in the morning. There is a noise ordinance, I guarantee it, in every state, county, every town that could be done. That shit should be illegal. They are not a religion, a recognizable religion in our country. So it's not against religious liberty, because they don't have the rights that you have under the what is it, First Amendment? They don't have a rights. They are not a recognized religion. They are a terrorist organization. Period. End of story. And if some of the stuff that I've been watching, I tell you what, There's not a damn one of them. They showed a buzz. They showed Nick Shirley and this other guy, Christians. These Muslims were getting up in their face and screaming in their faces. I'm going to tell you what, if that ever happens to me, they're going to be needing body bags because I will fear for my life because this was a whole bunch of them. You should be afraid of your life. With terrorists that are surrounding you, that is a fact that lead will be thrown. I'm telling you now. There is no doubt about it. In my wildest dreams, it will happen. Guaranteed, I'm telling you. All righty then. Because most of them have below average IQs. That's why they vote. Exactly, Rock. That's why, because they can't think for themselves. That is the whole issue here. Nobody wants to think for themselves. These liberal ass idiots believe every damn word that these Democrats come out of their mouth, or The View, or CNN, CNBC, all the dumb fake news media. They believe everything they have. They don't want to research it. You hand them the truth. They don't want to believe that either. So what do? The easiest way out. They don't have to think. Tucker, Candace, the whole bunch before the 2022 election, it was clear funded by Jews and Islam. There was a lot that's been going out that we've noticed since then, huh? Radical right. Now, here we go. Trump acted first, and now the experts are furious. Why? Because it worked. Everything that he's done with Iran has worked. So now they are pissed because they didn't think it was going to work. But it has. And that's why these people are doing all this stuff. Because they hate it that Trump is right about everything. The Democrats can't admit it because it's a Republican. It's Donald Trump that's doing it. Their hatred is so bad for a man that can fix everything that the Democrats have screwed up that they can't even admit the man is right about everything that he's done. I don't agree with a lot of the stuff, but you're not going to agree with everything. I agreed with zero of what Biden did and the Democrats. You can't even say Biden, right, guys? Because Biden is clueless. His mind's so shot out, he was clueless as hell. And that's what these son bitches got to get through their heads. These son bitches that their TDS is so bad, they can't see straight. What has the Democrats done for this country since Trump got into office? What have they done good for this country? Except spend all the taxpayer money on frivolous lawsuits that have already been voted against them or heard against them, whatever you want to call it, judged against them. They've wasted money just because. Because why? Because they don't have their money laundering operations anymore because Trump shut them down. And Doge shut them all down. Because now they got to spend our money however they can get it. And this is how they're doing it right here. Now, we are winning decisively as U.S. has largely defanged Iran's military power despite negative press. Now, people are sitting there saying because that, like this article right here, comes from Just the News. It says, most Americans say war in Iran is going badly for the United States. This comes from CBS, not Just the News. This comes from a CBS News poll. Go figure, right? CBS, another fake news media that's going down with the rest of them. This is what's going on, guys, right here. Because the fake news media, this is what they're putting out. Because they have nothing else to work with. But the only thing that I can say about what I'm seeing out as far as Iran goes in this hearing, or this conflict going on, is that Iran has more weapons than we think, because we're told they're pretty much demolished all their rockets and stuff. And if you heard my opening monologue, where they bombed that Diego Garcia, that's an island, with the rockets that they had, or what we thought they just had, would not reach that range where that island's at. So they have enough rockets. These rockets they have to hit that potentially have the capabilities of reaching the United States. They've said this over and over again. And Iran propaganda, fake propaganda, said they don't have a weapon, they don't have a rocket that will reach the United States. They lied. Oh, you shocked or what? A Muslim lying. Wow, no kidding. But yes, then when they shot that rocket in the Garcia Island I told you about, has the capability of reaching us. So you guys keep your head on a spindle and watch what's going on, guys, because we're being told they're wiping out their rockets and their launchers and stuff, but they're still shooting them off. So they got weapons hidden somewhere that we don't know about, that our CIA hasn't found out, or what's Israeli intelligence, Mossad, has not found, and they're still shooting. So we guys got to watch what's going on here. And some of our bases aren't in reach of the rockets they're supposed to have, not the rockets they do have. So guys, keep an eye on this stuff, man. A lot going on this weekend. If this is any sign of what the week's going to be like, we're in trouble. Trump threats more strikes met with promise of a retaliation by Iran. Well, that was before. Now Trump orders War Department to postpone strikes on Iranian energy sites, citing productive talks to end of war. Trump mentioned this today when he was boarding his plane in Palm Springs, heading for Virginia? Or where was he heading to? He was heading to one of those states down there. That this was happening. But the fact is, and I think I might have a thing in here, but because Iran said that Hormuz is open to all but enemy-linked ships, right? But then they decide that after Trump postponed strikes in Iranian, because they were going to nail their infrastructure, but they had constructive talks, right? But Iran, their false propaganda, remember that I said this, and this is what the people see, these idiot liberals see. Iran says it's winning the war, and they're controlling the strait. They're only controlling the strait, and I don't understand this either. But Iran choked Strait of Hormuz with reported $2 million tanker toll, and the regime threatens global oil supply. Now, what I don't understand with this is that the strait is not that big, okay? So if they see Iranians in this strait working with these tankers, why are they not taking them out? It doesn't make sense to me why they're not doing this. Well, I just walked into the conversation. I don't know why I had that one. When peace seems inevitable, something evil and stupid will happen. Accidentally wash and rinse. Yes, one Dover, got that right. Islam lies. It's okay to lie to infidels. Right, exactly. Keeping it red. CIA runs rogue. President Trump still has a shadow government obstruct. Oh, you right there, Sean. I believe that wholeheartedly. I agree with that. Hey, but guess this. Look at this little fag pansy. Exclusive here. The Ayatollah, the new boy wonder bitch thing, whatever he is, has fled Iran and went to Russia. The IRGC has taken control. So, if this little bitchy boy got his panties in a bunch, scared out of his wits, and he took off to Russia. So Russia now is aiding and abetting a terrorist over there. So that's not good for Russia. But he left their people. How can you call this dude a leader when he fled like a little bitch that he is? A little lying Muslim bitch that he is. So this is what's happening. The Iranians are putting out false propaganda. Liberals are believing it. Democrats are running with it because they have nothing else to run on. Think about it, people. They have nothing to run on. The strait is not that big. They can take them out. And if I did not put this in here, but I heard that 20 countries are coming to help with open that strait up. But if you see an Iranian boat in that strait. There's got to be fighters somewhere in there, or they can't control the strait. If you see an Iranian boat, why are they not taking them out? Trump said they're talking. Iranians said they're not talking. That is false propaganda. Trump's not going to say it. I don't believe Trump's going to say it and lie to us like that about that. Because, and I had the article, I don't know what happened to it, but Trump said earlier that we could possibly see an end to this war in approximately 5 days. We'll see if that's going to stay true or not. We're going to see what happens at all. They are protecting their queen, don't laugh. They aren't going to surrender. They are not, Dover. They all lie. So if Trump's talking, who is he talking to? Who's trying to make this deal? You see what I'm going with this, guys? Because if the little bitch Ayatollah, the 17, 20, 100s, whatever they've gotten, fled to Russia, and all the other ones are dead, who's making a deal? The IRGC? That's their freaking army. Nobody has the authority to make any decisions. So who is he talking to? Or not him, but who is his people talking to make this so-called deal? I want to hear that, because there's nobody left to make a deal. So we'll see what happens. All right, moving on. Wow. Trump deploys ICE agents to assist TSA at U.S. airports. And I don't think I got the article, but the little bitch Goldberg, big-nosed Goldberg, Democrat, sits there and said, I knew it. ICE isn't there to help TSA. They're there to arrest people. And probably, that was Hakeem brother Jeffries, a Muslim brother Jeffries. Oh, yeah. Did I get that one? I don't think I did. But that little piece of shit, I knew I downloaded it, but I don't know what happened to it. But that son of a bitch actually got on there and said that TSA is at the airport to kill you. Oh, I'm not lying. Did you guys see that video? I'm sorry, I did not download that one. That one I would have showed you. But that's his words. He said they are there to probably kill you. But no, they are there to help secure the airports. And that's exactly what they're doing. And I've noticed they've already found a couple illegal criminals trying to board our planes. You got to watch for the terrorists in here with all this stuff going on. Too much stuff going around everywhere that is not beneficial to American safety. You got to get these Muslims the hell out of our country. Too much going on. I promise you tomorrow, guys, I will have some of those videos from New York, and maybe places like Quarter needed some time to refurbish their missiles. Oh, yeah. I tell you, Madeline, you're right there, because there is a lot going on down there, guys. And for Iran supposed to be getting out of missiles and not having much firepower, they're pretty much doing a lot of shooting. So, yes, the ICE agents are in our airports helping TSA, but the Democrats are trying to spin it another way, like the good Democrats that they do constantly. But here's Homan telling you ICE officers will not assist with airport security scannings amid TSA staffing shortage. That is a specialized thing that they're not going to handle. The ICE officers will handle the security part of it. They will handle their stuff, so they can relieve TSA from doing the security part, which our ICE officers will do. And if they happen to see an illegal in there, you're going down. And if you're an American and you try to stop the ICE agents, you're going with them. So I don't want to hear your crybaby bullshit if your ass is arrested too, because you're trying to mess with and impede an ICE officer. They are a law enforcement officer, no matter if you like it or not, you worthless pieces of garbage. They have suffered enough, Texas Red. Send her to the CCP. Send them all the hell out of here. We're done with these people. Now, here we go. This is another piece of shit illegal criminal that the Democrats are trying to protect. Venezuelan accused of shooting the Loyola student, identified by DHS. Another illegal criminal. How many more crimes have to be committed by these criminals before these dumbass Democrats say, hey, we've had enough. Guess how many? Not until they get back into office. That's when enough is enough. It's not going to happen, guys. We're going to stop it. Trump posts cast. Oh, this is funny. Trump posts in Truth Social cast Democrats as main threat to America. Guess what? That is a fact right there. We've proven it day after day after day by them allowing the illegal criminals into this country, by allowing the border to be open, by allowing illegals to vote in our country, by them not funding DHS to secure our country. How much more do you need? Simple as that. They pick illegals over American citizens. That is a fact. Try to prove me wrong, you dumbass liberals. There's not a damn one of you are going to do it. Oh, here it is. Hakeem Jeffries, brother Hakeem, tells Trump to shut his reckless mouth in response to posting blasting Democrats. Oh, yeah, that piece of shit. Oh, my God. Any one of those guys would not even run their mouths to us. They would not. They stand behind their ivory tower and sit there and run their mouths like they're big shots. But face to face, they would never do it because they would get their asses knocked down. Simple as that. But you're going to sit there and tell our president of the United States to shut here. Where's it at? To keep his reckless mouth shut before he gets somebody killed. No, this dumb son of a bitch is going to get somebody killed. They already have by telling these protesters lies to go out there and impede an ICE officer, try to run them down with your car, pull a gun on them, and then that's who's getting people killed. These dumbass Democrats. It's as simple as that. People need to wake the fuck up. I'm telling you, sorry about my language, but this pisses me off. Every time we sit there and turn around, this is what's happening. Good news, you don't have to take off your shoes. However, the TSA agents are highly irritated. I was called a moron by one of them last week because I had a toothpick in my pocket. I would normally have called him out, but I bit my tongue and I wanted to get home. I know, I tell you what. But you know what? I have global entry, and that is supposed to allow, and I got TSA pre-check. That is supposed to allow you, and plus I'm handicapped. That's supposed to allow you not to take your shoes off. Guess what? They make me take my shoe off. They take my cane from me because I can't walk long distances without my cane. I can do short distances, but not long distances. They take my cane from me to run it through the x-ray machine, but don't give it back to me until I'm already through the x-ray machines because I have metal in my arm and my back. So I have to go in there and you stand like this with your crotch open, you know? Yeah, you got to do that. And they make me take my shoes off, which makes it more difficult to walk without my shoes on. But I'm supposed to do it with my TSA pre-check and my global entry when I go out of the country. And I don't even get into a handicap line because they let all the normal people, like I ain't normal. Trust me, I'm not normal. They let all these people through, but handicap line stays in one place. That's supposed to help us. I can't stand for long periods of time, but they let all the people that can walk normal, they let them through first before they let handicapped people through. They got their priorities screwed up. Now, it pisses me off every time we go somewhere and I got to stand for an hour or two to get through customs, and I can't stand that long. All right, let's get Hakeem Brother Jeffries out of here. But Trump's got these people, these countries, shit in their drawers. I'm telling you now, especially Cuba, because Cuba government is preparing for a possible U.S. attack following the threats from Trump. Cuba, I don't care how much you prepare, Cuba, you ain't preparing for the United States. You don't have what it takes to handle this. But according to this, it says if Cuba falls, who steps in? It says Castro Dynasty shadows island's future. You cannot, nobody, Cuba will not handle the United States. You couldn't handle a troop of our army going in. You couldn't handle, we could send you a gang. We're sending country boys down there. You couldn't handle them. So, but they're preparing for an attack. Holy shit, all we have to do is throw a hand grenade and the whole blow up the whole damn island. All right, couple here. What is that? Nah, we ain't worried about that one. He's a piece of shit. But Chinese scientists have turned, guess what? Chinese scientists have turned to mosquitoes they've turned them into flying vaccines that can still bite humans. So this is their chemical warfare, guys. Mosquitoes now, yes. And remember how many little Chinamen we got running around here and we don't know where they're at? Be careful, guys. If you see a mosquito, don't let it bite you. Oh, yeah, this is a warning from the CCP. Now, last thing I got for you on Muslims. The FDNY firefighters are angered by the Muslim prayer mats at our 9/11 memorial. They are laughing in our faces, folks. They are praying all over New York. They are blocking streets. They are blocking parks. They are taking up our memorial after they destroyed the Twin Towers. Now they throw it in our faces by doing a prayer event at the memorial. How much fucking more do we have to put up with these pathetic terrorists destroying our country with their call to prayer and everything all day long in all these towns and all these states? Now they're doing this bullshit and they're threatening us. They were in Nick, like I told you earlier, Nick Shirley's face and this other guy's face yelling, Allah Akbar. Oh, yeah, lick 'em salami and all that good stuff. Yeah, this is what they're yelling. This is what they're doing. They're putting up signs. They're going to take over our country. Guys, enough is enough. No matter what, this has got to stop. Government's not doing a damn thing to stop this. Nothing. Have you heard anything about them trying to stop this? They are not a legal religion. Why are they not hearing anything about this stuff, guys? Tell me, because I don't have a clue. There's a lot. Remember, guys, in these elections coming around, we have got the left infiltrating the right, pretending to be Republicans so they can get elected. So, guys, be aware of who is running and what they actually are. Because people can sit there and say about when I talk about Cameron Bartolotta, she was a Democrat till a month before the election, and she automatically just turns over to Republican. This was back in, I think, 2012 when she first ran. You don't do that. It doesn't happen. 1 month prior to? No, I'm sorry. It doesn't happen. Then she marries Bill DeWeese, a staunch, hardcore Democrat, 2 years later after he gets out of prison. Oh, yeah. So this is the stuff, guys, that does not happen. It is an infiltration, just like these Muslims. They infect you. It's what it is. And they got some Republicans that are believing that these people are actually Republicans, and they're not. They're rhinos. And that's pretty bad when this happens. A lot of false propaganda out there. That is a fact, State. That debate challenge released today by Butkin for Senate. Oh, yes. Yes. Al Butkin did release that. I had a thing on that. Guys, I'm sorry I forgot to mention that part when my rant when I first started. But Al Butkin did challenge Cameron Bartolotta to a debate, a televised debate. If it happens, my ass will be there. I will be streaming it live. I will pay to get in if I have to. I will pay to get in there, and I will stream this live, guys, because it is going to be one for the books, because she's not going to go against Al Butkin in a debate. She can't do it. She's going to have to answer to all of her lies, all of her bringing in illegal immigrants and criminals to take American jobs, to ruin the poor town of Charleroi even more than what it was already going down. And she did it even worse with that. But guys, yes, he debated and he sent it out to her for a debate. And I hope it happens. But she is going to be afraid. She has never been challenged like this by no one. Since she got elected in 2012, I think it was. I'm not sure. I can't remember. But I think it was. But yes, she's never been challenged. So she's lost her freaking mind. She's gone. She's shot. He has got her panties so in a bunch. It's fucking hilarious. I love every bit of it because she has totally lost her mind. It's great. But guys, if you guys got anybody that's you want to give a shout out to vote for them in their elections in your state, let me know. We're going to keep the local elections, and I will add you into the local elections with mine, with the match that I'm watching. We're going to make sure we get this all out there, guys, because if you guys got somebody you need to get in, because we cannot let these Democrats or these rhinos take control of our country again, guys, to make sure you get me your information out as soon as you can. It's going to be a wild time, guys. But remember what I said. Everything's going on in here. What happened in Louisiana? I don't know, Helen, what happened over there. No, Helen, I can't go on TikTok. I can go on TikTok, but you wouldn't see the videos and stuff that I show. You only hear me and this pretty face of mine. And I should try that one time, but I am on TikTok personally. I should try that one time just to see how it goes. But I'm trying to get my new studio going, and we want to get that going. I want to get a new studio and try to get stuff going on with that too. So, guys, hey, put some stuff out there, guys. You got any questions, comments, or anything you guys want? You got an article that you want me to sit there and say? Come on, send it to me. You guys will love it. I did not put my information up here again. I forgot. We'll put it up right there. But guys, I did not put that. Where's my stuff at? I deleted a lot of my stuff off here so I could put more videos on. But if you can read this, there you go. Guys, go to any one of my social media sites, like, subscribe, share, all the good stuff that you can do. We've got to get this stuff going, get more people in here to get the truth out, because that is what it's going to take. So if you guys don't know what my stuff is, right there it is. Get in there. If you have a question, email me, DM me, whatever you guys want, and we'll get things going on, guys. But all right, we're going to get moving. And tomorrow night, I will have some good videos. And I keep taking my glasses off, but I can't read what stuff's going on here. So, too much going on. I'm telling you what, to pass up. So make sure you guys join me every weeknight, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, for a great show. You won't want to miss them, guys. We got a lot of stuff going on. Tomorrow, I got another great show planned. I got to take my nephew to do some stuff in the morning. Then I got to get back here, work out, get down here and get the show put together. We'll see what happens with that. So, guys, thank you for joining me tonight. It's been great. Chat's off the hook. I love seeing everybody talking and stuff where I can't keep up. That's awesome. I am so energized to have my show tomorrow evening. As Gregory said, he's going to have a show tomorrow night. So, got to guys watch for Gregory Allen Carter Jr. Again, Kat, I see you over there, Kat. I see you. Hi, Kat. I missed you. I didn't get to say hi to you earlier. Sorry about that. But, guys, hey, with that being said, I'm going to leave you with this. Because as the sun sets on another day of the fight, don't let the noise of the world drown out the truth in your hearts. We've covered the lines in the sand, that's drawn in the sand, from the Strait of Hormuz to terminals of our own airports. We've seen the games being played with our security, and we've seen the strength of those who refuse to back down, or the politicians who just want to lie. But remember this, the power of this movement doesn't live in a Marvel building in DC. It lives in you. It lives in the parent working 2 jobs to keep their family safe, the veteran who still stands for the flag, and the patriot who refuses to be silenced by a woke agenda that wants to see our borders vanish. You are the backbone of this republic. You are the reason the light of liberty still flickers in a world trying to blow it out. So go out there tonight, talk to your neighbors, call your family, and tell them the American spirit isn't just surviving, it's waking up. Thank you to every single one of you for watching, for commenting, for standing in the gap with us tonight. Your participation is the fuel that keeps this engine running. So make sure you rest up and stay vigilant and keep your heads held high. We'll be right back here tomorrow night for another spine-tingling, unapologetic episode of the Conservative Viewpoint. So until then, guys, God bless you. God bless the United States of America. And we'll see you back here the same time tomorrow night, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here on the Conservative Viewpoint. So until then, guys, have a great rest of your evening, and I'll see you back here live tomorrow. Good night, everyone.